Welcome to Excel VBA Payroll Management System. To start with, if you don't have your developer menu up there, I'll advise you to go to File, select Options, and you get this very dialog box. Come to Customize ribbon, and right here is your developer menu right there. If it's not checked, make sure you check it and click on OK. Then you end up with this very menu. Click on that very menu, select Visual Basic. If you don't have this very form, go to Insert, click on User Form. Then you can define the size of your form. This is the size of my form right there. I already have a form 3. I don't really need the form 3, but just to show you guys what to do, we might as well use the form 3. Okay, in form 3, the first thing I want to do is to define the length or the height of my form. And right here, I'll come here and define the width. There. So the width is 120, while the height is 680. Right there. The next thing I need is a couple of components. Select the toolbox, label. I need some label right there, and I'll be changing the color of that very label. Let's copy this here. I prefer that. Paste that in here. That's my label right there. Okay, whatever content I have inside that very label, let's come to the caption, delete that, and enter as follows: Payroll Management Systems. Okay, now change the color. I think maybe I should go for white color right there. Something bright, and increase the font size to approximately, let's go for maybe 68 there. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Maybe we can go for 70 or 72. Okay, 72, and I can even increase it more if I choose to. Okay, that's my form right there, or that's my label. So maybe I'll just copy another one, bring it down to cover some parts. Yeah, bring it down. I just want you guys to see how I'm going to develop everything. So the text content in here, I will delete all of that because I don't need that. I just need it as a pattern really, and drag it all the way down. That is that. So the next thing I'm gonna need now is I would need as follows. Let's go for a couple of frames here. 1, maybe 2 here, and I'm gonna need some more. So maybe I should speed this up a little so that this doesn't take too long. But then I need some labels here, labels and text box. Okay, right up here, take this down, and here I will need text box here, couple of buttons here. Okay, so I'll just speed up the development and get back to you guys. Okay guys, this is how the whole system is looking right now. So the next thing is let me come here to the property. I have all the property here. So what I will do is I think I don't need this form 2, so let me get rid of that really. Remove here, no, that's it, gone. Okay, that's form 2 gone. Alright, So the next thing is, I think I need to complete, let me just complete this interface right here. Select it all and sort of like change the font size, delete whatever we have in there, and change the font size to something a little bit larger. That's 8, make that maybe 12 and bold there. Okay, so let's enter numbers there. Anyway, you guys know what that is. That's supposed to be a calculator for the, as for the payroll management system. We do need a calculator on board as well for the client who will be using this system. That's 9 there. So I'm just going to speed this up and get back to you guys, and we'll take it from wherever I stop. So let's speed this up. Okay guys, this is how the system is looking right now. So maybe let's just start with the coding anyway. So double click on that, bring this down and declare option explicit. Okay, that's fine. Then the first thing is let's declare first number as let's make that double. Declare second number as well. Those are the variables to be used by the calculator. Make that double as well. And we also need to declare one more for the results. Let's say result as double there. Then we then need one to hold the strings. I'm going to call that operator. Let's say operators with an S. Let's make that as string there. So those are all in place for the calculator. And let's come in here, need that, double click on this and just double click on this very first button right there, which happens to be button 1, or maybe we should give it a name. Let's give it a name so that it looks a bit professional. Come in here, give that button a name. So that will be CMD 7. Let's just call it 7, and I'll just repeat the same thing for the rest. This one will be CMD 8, CMD 9, and so on. Okay, speed that up. Okay, they all have a name now. Let me just show it to you guys so you can see CMD 7 and so on up to CMD multiplication. So if I double click on CMD 7 now, I can just enter, left out something. Let's enter 0 in here. Come back to the property of the text box, which is known as TXT display. Come right down here, enter 0 in there, and let's align it right and change the font size. Let's change that as well to about maybe 18. Yeah, why not? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now double click on CMD 7 and just enter if TXT display.text equals 0, then CMD display.text equals 7. Okay, just copy and paste that. Was feeling lazy, change that to 7 and come right down here, else display TXT display dot text equal TXT display and 7. So you now come down here and just enter and if. Alright, that's that taken care of. I'm just gonna copy this. Let's copy But let me just run what I've done so far so that you guys see it. Anytime I click on 7, see that? Okay, 8, nothing's happening. No, 9 and so on, nothing happens there. So close that, scroll, double click on 8, paste what I've copied in there, change the text content to 8. That is 8. So I will speed that up. Instead of hanging around, I might as well just speed it up, then come back to you guys. That is 9. Okay, all of the numbers has been taken care of. As you can see, the codes are all similar, and that's for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 5 seems to be right up here. So that's it. So if I run the program now, we can just play around with the calculator, but we cannot carry out any calculations or anything yet. So we still need to enter some codes for the plus, minus, division, and so on. So let's take care of the clear button first. Double click on that and just right there, have the clear right there. So I'm just going to copy that, and that is it. That's clear, taken care of. And let's come back in here and double click on the plus sign. Okay, the next thing is for us to take care of the plus. Let me just take that off. Okay, now you guys can see that. So I'm just going to say the variable num1 equals txt display dot text. So what that means is whatever value I enter inside the display should be stored right in here. Okay, so the next thing is, let's get rid of whatever is in there now, and then the operator, let's see what the variable is called. It's called operators. So just copy that and bring it right down. So operator in this case equals the plus sign right there. So that's just all for the plus sign operator. So let's take care of the next one, and that is this, and that's for the minus. To bring that up, okay, that's a minus. Change this to minus, and maybe I should just get rid of this. Let's get rid of it. Yeah, get rid of it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now double click on thing that is division. So change that to division there. Now one more, the multiplication, and multiplication, change that to multiplication. So all of my operators are in place now. I would have loved to enter the decimal point somewhere, but there's not enough room. Okay, let's go ahead anyway. If you want to know how to create a full calculator, you should see that on my Excel VBA program online. Okay, so the next thing we need to do now is take care of the plus. So with the plus, we just need to say second number equals txt display dot text, and use an if statement. If operator, no, let's get the operator. If this operator equals the plus sign, then I believe it's result equals first number plus second number there, and txt display dot text equals result. Okay, that's the first part taken care of. So we can just say else if operator if operator is totally different from the plus one. Okay, if it's minus, then this become minus as well. And else if, okay, and just end that. Okay, if it's division, oh sorry, there, if it's, let's say division, then this one is division. If it's multiplication, it is multiplication. So the calculator is all taken care of. Let's run the program and see that. Okay, this multiplied by this equals that. Alright, so let's check out what happened. The second number, let's see the spelling of second number. Go right up there, second, change that to number, that's fine. Okay, so let's run it again. This plus this, that's correct, times 3. Okay, minus 6 divided by 8. Okay, that's correct. So the calculator is now working as expected. So let's take care of addition, pay reference, and reset, and so on. Let's take care of those ones. So let's do the easy one first. The easy one here is this. Double click on that and just enter unload me. Unload me. Yeah, that's taken care of. So the exit is taken care of. Now we need to declare more variables. Come right down here and declare as follows the following variables. Okay, that's for my pay management system. So now let's take care of add payment, and right in here we enter as follows. Those are the lines of codes for the add payment. So if you look at it from up here, okay, let's take it down. As you can see it, that's for add payment. Let's repeat that again. That's it. So the next one, let's come here and check that out. So the next one is, let's take care of the reset button. So right up here, enter the code for the reset button. Those are the lines of code for the reset buttons. Okay, so let's come down here, go back in there. Okay, since we've taken care of the reset, let's take care of pay reference. I would like the system to generate some reference number for me. So that'll be the reference number. Let's get rid of the date. I like the date to generate itself automatically. This is the reference number. Maybe I should just change this one to 1000. So if I run my program, I can always generate my reference number automatically right there. That's it. Okay, exit. So double click on the form itself and come to change the event or the method, change that to initialize, and let's bring that up. Okay, I want you guys to see that right here. Use the form initialize, enter the following so that my date will be generated. If I run it, you see the date automatically. That's the date, the second month of January 2016, and generate that, exit. Okay, that works. So the next thing is, let's take care of this very one here, right here. That's the only one remaining now. Add item. Double click on add item and just enter the following lines of codes there. So what will happen is, these lines of code will actually enter whatever data onto the spreadsheet itself. So let's try out the system now. Run the program, enter name there. So let's call that Mark Tom. Okay, Mark Tom, that's fine. And address, let's say Julian Road. Reference number will go in there automatically. Employer's name, Employer's name, maybe let's just call it SM, no, let's say SMG. Okay, now employee name, okay, it shouldn't be there anymore, but that's all right. Okay, now the inner city wages, let's say that's his inner city wages and basic salary of about that, and overtime, let's say it's done 12 hours overtime. Okay, now period, the period is period 12, tax code, let's say the tax code is D, NI number, that's MP, that's his NI number, and tax code, let's make that D006, and that is all that is required. Postcode right here is M whatever, and gender, that should be a male there. So all we just need to do now is to click on the add payment, and that is it. Okay, or wages. So, and right here reference, that's the pay reference, and you can reset if you want. You can just use this add, so that means we've added all of this information straight onto the spreadsheet. So let's see the spreadsheet right here, and right underneath here you can see Mark Tom right there, and all of the information that we've added for him. Okay, let's run it again. Let's run the system again using another data, completely different data. Okay, you can, if you guys want, you can actually carry out a lot of changes. Like here, this can be combo box, all of this can be combo box really, but I've actually finished my design, so that's all right. So let's run it again. So let's say the name is the name happens to be Henry More, address Kingsland Road, and that would be SW whatever, that's Ellen, so that would be female, and enter pay reference for her, her name Helen, and employer, that's Helen there. Employer, she's working for Frognow Limited. Alright, inner city, that's what she gets, and basic salary there, overtime, she loves to work, and that's all there is to it. So let's just enter the tax code. Let's say G whatever there, our tax number, NI number, NI. Okay, then NI code. So just click on add, debug that. Let's debug and see what happened. Okay, that should be an integer, not a G. So let's go back in there. Alright, this is it right here. That should be an integer. Okay, so let's run it again. Or another way out is you can just leave that as string, so it will accept anything. Let's change it to, instead of integer, we can always change that to, I'm just going to change it to string. Come back in here and just run the program again. Okay, let's say this time around the name happens to be Luke Steve. Okay, address, let's make that good time road. Okay, now we need to enter employer's name. So let's say he works for John Limited, and his name Luke Steve. Then the next thing we need to do now is enter inner city wage and basic pay is well paid. Overtime, it doesn't need it. Alright, right here the period is January, so that would be 1. And here is tax code. Let's say TC, that's the tax code, NI number, NI, and followed by NI code. Okay, there. So we need postcode there, SW3, gender male. So click on add payment there. Okay, reference. Let's see if we can get this. Yeah, there we can get it. Now we have mark term in there, so let's add to reference. So if I come in here, add to item right here, this very one. If I click on that, there, can you guys see that? Okay, let's say add more. Let's see how that works. Okay, so with that, I'll just leave you guys with this very beautiful payroll management system. And as you can see, the calculator works as well. But if you have any need for the codes, you can just get in touch with me. So with that, I'll say have a nice day. Bye for now.